Good afternoon and welcome back to Legion Field, game 2 of round 2. Saints lead the series 1-0 over the Jennings Bulldogs. And Saints will be the visitors here in game 2.
Tonight's matchup between the Jennings Bulldogs and the St. Louis Saints. On the mound tonight for the Jennings Bulldogs, number 12, Tyler Trahan.
Drop that beat, homie.
Leading on for the Saints, the shortstop, number 8, Cameron Fontenot.
So Cameron Fontenot will lead it off for St. Louis as the visiting team here in game 2. First pitch is low and in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes to Fontenot. Pitch misses on the outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes to Fontenot. And a strike called. 2 balls and 1 strike on the curveball. Two 2-1 to Fontenot. And curveball's low and in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike. And ball 4 up high. Fontenot with the leadoff walk.
Up to bat for the Saints, second baseman, number 2, P.J. Hardy.
So P.J. Hardy will bat with nobody out. Fontenot at first. Wind blowing straight in towards home plate today. Hardy bunts it down to third baseline. Third baseman catches it, throws it over in time for the out, advancing Fontenot to second on the sacrifice.
Up to bat for the Saints, a designated hitter. Number 16, Ferguson Cochran.
So that brings up Cochran with one out and Fontenot at second base. Breaking ball in under the hands, called a strike. No balls and a strike to Cochran. Cochran shows bunt and bunts it foul. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Cochran. Cochran swings and misses and strikes out for out number 2.
Up to bat for the Saints, the first baseman. Number 5, Ryan Palermo.
So Ryan Palermo will bat with 2 outs and Fontenot at second base. Palermo hits it high in the air towards the left side. Third baseman drifting over towards the Saints dugout will make the grab for out number 3. Saints strand a runner on the walk in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Have your attention, please. On the mound tonight for the Saints, number 15, Logan Gray. Up to bat for the Jennings Bulldogs is catcher number 9, Joey Scoggins.
So bottom of the first inning, Logan Gray on the mound for St. Louis in game 2. First pitch is fouled down the right side. No balls and 1 strike. If you were with us last night, St. Louis won game 1, 8-0. The 0-1 pitch from Gray is fouled off to the right side once again. No balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the first, with Jennings being the home team in St. Second round, high fly ball towards center field. Gonzalez takes a couple steps and makes the grab for out number 1.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, number 12, Tyler Trahan.
So 1 out in the inning. And the pitch from Gray catches the inside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the first. Saints are the visitors today. Logan Gray on the mound and Jack Aguilar behind the plate. Fouled off, no balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Palermo at first, P.J. Hardy at second, Cameron Fontenot at shortstop, and Colin Kramer at third. Zach Reshort in left, Julian Gonzalez in center, Mark Johnston in right, and the designated hitter today is Ferguson Cochran. And swung on and called out on appeal to the first base umpire, so 2 down in the inning.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, third baseman, number 13, Ryan Lanchester.
2 down, nobody on for the Bulldogs. Swing and a miss, no balls and 1 strike from Gray. Changeup is swung on and missed, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Gray. Pitch misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the first, no score. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with nobody on for the Bulldogs. Swing and a miss. Gray strikes out 2 to end the inning. We'll go to the second. No score on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Up to bat for the Saints, the third baseman, number 28, Colin Kramer.
Colin Kramer set to lead it off for the Saints here in the top of the second. And the breaking ball falls in for a strike to Kramer. No balls and 1 strike. Kramer with a base hit right back up the middle. So leadoff base hit will bring up the catcher, Jack Aguilar.
Up to bat for the Saints, the catcher, number 4, Jack Aguilar.
So Aguilar to bat with Kramer at first base, nobody out after the leadoff single. Aguilar grounds it towards third, over to second in time, over to first, double play for the Bulldogs.
Up to bat for the Saints, the right fielder, number 29, Mark Johnston.
So 2 down after the double play. Mark Johnston will bat for the Saints. And the first pitch misses low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Johnston. And the 2-0 misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. Right down the middle for strike 1 with Johnston taking all the way. 3 balls and a strike to Johnston. With 2 down here in the top of the second. And curveball misses outside, ball 4. So 2 down and Johnston reaches on the walk. That'll bring up the left fielder, Zach Richard.
Number 3, Zach Richard.
Richard swings at the first pitch, pulls it down the right side, just foul. No balls and a strike to Richard. Johnston takes off, and Richard pulls it down the right field line, foul. To Richard with 2 down. Here in the top of the second, no score. And Mark Johnston at first base. Richard blooper towards left side and hails up in the wind, and the left fielder comes in and makes the grab for out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second, no score from Legion Field on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
second baseman, number 7, Ryan Edmondson.
So bottom of the second inning, no score. And Logan Gray back on the mound for St. Louis. Off the handle towards Hardy at second. Quick play over to Palermo in time for out number 1.
Up bat for the Bulldogs, first baseman, number 11, Wesley Simeon.
So 1 out, and the first pitch from Gray misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on and fouled down the left side, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Fly ball towards left field. Reshore drifting over. And makes the grab for out number 2. Two down, nobody on.
Up the bat for the Bulldogs, shortstop, number 5, Cole Myers.
And the first pitch from Gray is low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. Outside corner's called a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now from Gray. Just misses on the outside corner, 3-1. Outside corner's called for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 outs in the inning, nobody on for Jennings. Ground ball back up the middle. That'll get through past the diving Fontenot for a base hit. Two down, 1 on now for the Bulldogs.
Right fielder, number 3, Cameron Reshore.
Throw over to first is not in time. Pitch from Graves fouled off. No balls and 1 strike. Breaking ball misses outside. Aguilar does a good job of blocking it up. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down, and a runner at first. Throw to first is not in time. Pitch misses outside. Here's the 2-1. Runner takes off. It's outside. Gets away from Aguilar. The runner will hold up at second base. And the count will go to 3 balls and a strike. Aguilar with the timeout. Palermo and Fontenot come to the mound to talk with Gray. Three-one from Gray. And swing and a miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes from Gray. 2 down and a runner at second for Jennings. Here's the pitch. Misses inside for ball 4. And Jennings will have runners at first and second. Two outs, runners at first and second for the Bulldogs. And the first pitch from Gray misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. Fly ball towards the right side is foul. 1-1. Ball, 1 strike with 2 down. And high fastball misses on the inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls and a strike from Gray. Ground ball towards Fontenot. Fontenot has it. Throw to first. Will be in time for out number 3. Bulldogs leave 2 on in the bottom of the second. We'll head to the third. No score on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get naked, boy, I sat down. Still ballin' when
back for the Saints is center fielder number 6, Julian Gonzalez.
No score from Legion Field. And Julian Gonzalez will lead it off for St. Louis here in the third. And the first pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Gonzalez fouls it down the right side. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 to Gonzalez with nobody out here in the top of the third. Gonzalez flies it to left field. Left fielder going back, turns around, but makes the grab for out number 1.
Up to bat for the Saints, the shortstop, number 8, Cameron Fontenot.
So back to the top of the order, and Cameron Fontenot with 1 out. And the first pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Outside corner is called a strike, 1-1. The 1 run misses high, 2 balls and a strike to Fontenot. We're in the top of the third, no score, 1 out, and Cameron Fontenot at the plate. And pitch misses inside to Fontenot, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to Fontenot. And Fontenot drives it to right field. Line drive right at the right fielder for out number 2. Well hit ball, just right at him. 2 down, and that'll bring up second baseman P.J. Hardy.
Up to bat for the Saints is second baseman number 2, P.J. Hardy.
So 2 down for Hardy with nobody on. And Hardy grounds it into left field for a base hit. Two-out base hit for P.J. Hardy, and that'll bring up Ferguson Cochran.
Up to bat for the Saints, a designated hitter, number 16, Ferguson Cochran.
So Cochran with 2 outs. Throw over to Hardy, and he's back in time. And the breaking ball falls in for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Cochran. Throw toward first and Hardy again. And he's back standing up. 0-1 to Cochran. 2 down and Hardy at first. And the curveball misses well outside. 1-1. Hardy takes off, and Cochran hits it to center field. Center fielder makes the grab on the run for out number 3. Saints have hit several balls right at the outfielders. Halfway through the third, no score on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, center fielder number 1, David Daniels.
First pitch from Logan Gray is attempted bunt. No balls and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning, no score. And the breaking ball misses outside. 1-1 from Gray. Pitch misses inside. 2 balls and a strike from Gray. And the pitch is fouled back. 2-2. Balls and 2 strikes and nobody out. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 3rd. And the pitch misses high, full count. We're in game 2 of a best of 3 series. Saints lead the series 1-0 after an 8-0 victory last night. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, swung on, ground ball towards the left side. Big hop for Hardy, but he can't come up with it. And the run will be safe at first. Hardy had to go a long way into the hole. Couldn't get to it, got a glove on it. But it'll be ruled a base hit for the Bulldogs. So 1 on with nobody out.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, catcher number 9, Joey Scoggins.
Batter shows bunt. It's called a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Throw to first again. Almost gets him, but he's called safe. Gray throws once again. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Runner at first for the Bulldogs. Jennings is the home team as this is game 2 of the series. Shows bunt, misses it, throw down, and it won't be in time. Stolen base for the Bulldogs. No balls and 2 strikes to the batter. Here's the 0-2 from Gray. Swung on, a grounder back to Gray. Throw over to first. Runner takes off for third, and he'll get there easily. 1 out.
Up bat for the Bulldogs, pitcher number 12, Tyler Trahan.
So 1 out and a runner at third now for the Bulldogs. And the batter shows bunt, misses at it, no balls and 1 strike. As the Bulldogs were attempting to squeeze the runner home from third. Gray steps off the mound. The 0-1. Pitch out, but the runner holds at third. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Bunted right back up the middle. Throw over to second in time for the out. Throw over to third. And we got him. Double play gets us out of the inning as the runner's picked off at third base. So double play ends the third. We'll go to the 4th inning, no score on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
For the Saints, the first baseman, number 5, Ryan Palermo.
And Ryan Palermo will lead it off here in the top of the 4th with no score. First pitch misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 misses inside in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes to Palermo. Outside, 3-0. And the pitch is in for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Palermo. And the inside pitch is called a strike, 3-2. Full count to Palermo with nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th, no score. Palermo drives it to center right field, right at the right fielder. 4th ball, the Saints have hit well right at the outfielder. So 1 out in the inning, that'll bring up Colin Kramer.
Up to bat for the Saints, third baseman, number 28, Colin Kramer.
And timeout is called by Kramer. 1 out, nobody on. Here at the top of the 4th with no score. And the pitch misses high. 1 ball, no strikes to Kramer. Each team with 2 hits in the game. The 1-0's in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes to Kramer. Here's the 2-0. And Kramer grounds it toward the third baseman. Third baseman over to first in time for out number 2.
Up to bat for the Saints, the catcher, number 4, Jack Aguilar.
So Aguilar with 2 outs and nobody on. And the first pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. High outside corner is called a strike. No balls and 2 strikes now on Aguilar. And the pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 to Aguilar, and it misses high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And the breaking ball misses high, 3-2. Aguilar off the handle of the 3-2 pitch. Shortstop coming over and makes the grab behind second base for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Saints in the top of the 4th. We'll go to the bottom. No score from Legion Field on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, third baseman number 13, Ryan Lachase.
Bottom of the 4th, no score. And the first pitch is a base hit towards left field for the Bulldogs. So nobody out. Bulldogs have a runner at first base.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, second baseman number 7, Ryan Edmondson.
First pitch is called a strike. No balls in 1 strike from Gray. Showing bunt. And bunts it foul. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes from Gray with the runner at first and nobody out. And strike called on the outside corner. Strikeout for Gray for out number 1.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, first baseman number 11, Wesley Simeon.
1 out in the inning. Ground ball towards Palermo. Palermo has it, steps on the bag, throw down to second, and he'll be safe at second base, 2 down. Base popped out at second base, and we'll take a quick timeout while they go out and fix it.
What's he saying? Is it the same thing?
Shortstop, number 5, Cole Myers.
Two down runner at second for the Bulldogs. And a pitch from Gray catches the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Drive out in the right field, drops down in front of Johnston. Here's the throw, and the runner holds up. And the Bulldogs will have runners at first and third now with 2 outs.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, right fielder number 3, Cameron Reshaw.
So 2 down runners at first and third now for the Bulldogs. Johnston was able to get to it quick and get it in and hold the runner at third. First pitch misses outside, gets away from Aguilar. Here comes the run. And Jennings will take a 1-0 lead on the pass ball. So 1-0 Jennings here in the bottom of the 4th after the pass ball. And runner at second base for the Bulldogs now with 2 down. And the pitch misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch is called a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now from Gray. And it's fouled off to the right side. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with the runner at second for the Bulldogs. Leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball back towards Fontenot. Over to first in time for out number 3. Not before the Bulldogs pick up a run and take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th. We'll head to the 5th inning on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
the right fielder, number 29, Mark Johnston.
So Mark Johnston will lead it off here in the top of the 5th. Saints trail 1-0 after Jennings scored a run on a pass ball. And the first pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Johnston. And the curveball misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to Johnston. We're in the top of the 5th. Jennings leads 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Johnston. Johnson swings and fouls it back. One ball and 2 strikes for Johnson. Ground ball towards third and a roll foul. Count will stay 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Johnston. And misses high, 2-2. And the breaking ball misses high, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Johnston. The 3-2 to Johnston. And Johnston swings and misses on the changeup for the strikeout and out number 1.
Up to bat for the Saints, the left fielder, number 3, Zach Reshaw.
One out, and that'll bring up Zach Richard. And the first pitch is called a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1 to Richard. Misses low and inside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. High and outside, 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and a strike now to Richard. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Throw it over to first in time for out number 2.
Left the bat for the Saints. Center fielder number 6, Julian Gonzalez.
2 down, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Julian Gonzalez. First pitch misses outside in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes to Gonzalez. Strike called, 1 ball and 1 strike. And 1-1 misses high, 2 balls and 1 strike to Gonzalez. Pitch is high and outside, 3-1. 3-1 to Gonzalez with 2 down. And Gonzalez fouls it back, full count. Breaking ball, and Gonzalez is called out on strikes. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 5th for St. Louis. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jennings 1, St. Louis 0 on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Up man for the Bulldogs, left fielder number 10, Mark. Oh yeah.
To the bottom of the 5th we go with Jennings leading 1-0. And the first pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike from Gray. Swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes. And pitch is fouled off, no balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball towards Kramer. Scoops it up, throw to first. He is in time for out number 1.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, center fielder, number 1, David Daniels.
And first pitch misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes from Gray. Outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. The batter shows bunt. Attempts at it, it's called a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Gray. Outside corner, it's called strike 3, 2 down in the inning.
Up back for the Bulldogs, catcher number 9, Joey Scoggin.
Fly ball to center field. Gonzalez coming over, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. Here in the bottom of the 5th, we'll go to the 6th inning. Your score, Jennings 1 and St. Louis 0 on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Drop that beat, homie.
Your shortstop, number 8, Cameron Fontenot.
Fontenot to lead it off here at the top of the 6th with the Saints trailing 1-0. And the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Fontenot. Pitch misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one. And the pitch is behind Fontenot. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and a strike to Fontenot. And the pitch is low and outside. 3 balls and a strike. Fontenot swings and flies to left field. Left fielder drifts over. And he'll make the grab for out number 1. So 1 out. That'll bring up P.J. Hardy.
Up the bat for the Saints. Second baseman, number 2, P.J. Hardy.
And timeout's called. Breaking balls in the dirt to Hardy. 1 ball, no strikes. In the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Same place, 3 balls and no strikes to Hardy. And outside corner is called a strike, 3-1. Ground ball back up the middle. Shortstop has it. Over to first. Will be in time for out number 2. 2 down, nobody on for the Saints.
Up the bat for the Saints, designated hitter number 16, Ferguson Cochran.
And the first pitch to Cochran catches the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Ground ball towards third base, and takes a funny hop right before it gets to him, and Cochran will be safe on the error. So Cochran reaches on the error with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Ryan Palermo.
Up the bat for the Saints, first baseman number 5, Ryan Palermo.
And a balk called, and Cochran will head to second base. Cochran heads to second on the balk. Palermo pulls it foul towards the Jennings dugout. No balls and 1 strike. The 1 is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch is low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Palermo. Palermo swings and fouls it down the left side. It'll get out of play, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Cochran at second and 2 outs. And ground ball towards second base. Second baseman has it to first. And time for the 3rd out of the inning. Saints strand 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Jennings still leads 1-0.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, number 12, Tyler Trahan.
So we go to the bottom of the 6th. And Jennings still leads 1-0. First pitch, ground ball, past a diving Fontenot in the left field for a base hit. And we'll have a pitching change for the Saints. Looks like the new pitcher will be senior Logan Watkins. We'll be right back after warm-ups.
Jesse.
Nobody out, runner at first for Jennings. And Logan Watkins is the new pitcher. First pitch from Watkins is fouled down the left side. No balls and 1 strike. Fly ball towards left field, and it'll be foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Blooper towards the right side. Johnston coming in hard. He won't be able to get to it. It'll fall for a base hit. Throw to second's not going to be in time. 2 on with nobody out for the Bulldogs. So the blooper to right side falls between Johnston and Hardy. And Jennings has 2 on now with nobody out.
Back for the Bulldogs. Second baseman number 7, Ryan Edmondson.
Fly ball towards right field. Johnston going back and makes the grab. Runner tags and hits to third base. Jennings will have runners at first and third now with 1 out.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, first baseman number 11, Wesley Simeon.
And shows bunt. Pitch was low, 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch is swung on and fouled. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner was on his way to second base. 1 ball, 1 strike, with 1 out. Pitch is fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball past Hardy. 1 run is scored for the Bulldogs, and they'll make it a 2-0 lead. Runner on his way to third. He'll be caught in the rundown. Kramer will tag him out. Kramer drops the ball, and they're going to call him out. He's called out at third. 2 outs, but the Bulldogs score a run to make it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Saints get the second out of the inning, but the run scores. Jennings has a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th.
Shortstop, number 5, Cole Myers.
First pitch is fouled off, no balls and 1 strike. Ground ball towards the right side, and it'll get through. Runner's going to hold at third. 2-out base hit. Jennings has runners at first and third now.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, right fielder number 3, Cameron Richard.
And the first pitch is a strike from Watkins. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch misses outside. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike from Watkins. Line drive towards Fontenot. Fontenot to Hardy for the out. 3rd out of the inning. Bulldogs pick up another run in the bottom of the 6th. We'll go to the top of the 7th with the Bulldogs leading 2-0 on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Up to bat for the Saints, 3rd baseman number 28, Colin Kramer.
Colin Kramer will lead it off for the Saints, trailing 2-0 here in the top of the 7th inning in game 1 of the 3-game series. And the first pitch is fouled back. Catcher going after it, but it'll get out of play into the net. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike to Kramer. Saints need at least 2 here in the top of the 7th. And the breaking ball falls in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. And breaking ball sliced down the right side out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch misses outside. 1-2. Kramer with a fly ball to right field and right at him once again. It's probably the 5th or 6th ball that's hit right at the outfielders.
Up the bat for the Saints, number 30, Kyle Goodo.
Pinch hitter for Aguilar to be Kyle Goodo with 1 out. And the first pitch misses high. Ground ball towards third base. 1 hop to the third baseman over to first. And time for out number 2, and the Saints are down to their last out here in game number 2.
Up the bat for the Saints, the right fielder, number 29, Mark Johnston.
2 down, and the Saints trailing by 2. It's all up to Mark Johnston here in game number 2. And ground ball is fouled down the third base line. No balls and a strike to Johnston. And Johnston lifts it to center field, right to the center fielder. And he makes the grab for out number 3. And Jennings wins game 2 to tie the series at 1. We'll go to a game 3, a deciding game 3, in about 30 or 45 minutes to see who advances to the next round of the playoffs. Final score, Jennings 2, St. Louis 0. We'll be right back in about 30 minutes.